Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will tell you everything you need to know about Formula 1. Formula 1 is sectioned by Federation Internationale di Automobile. In short, we can say FIA. Formula 1 is a series of races held in different locations around the world. It is an open-wheel single-seated four-wheel vehicle and it's equipped with two wings, front and rear, plus an engine which is located behind the driver. The Formula 1 races are conducted on specifically built racing tracks called circuits. Sometimes they are conducted on closed public roads. Formula 1 drivers drive in up to 50 degrees of temperature, so at up to 3 liters a race, handles G-forces of up to 5 Gs, more than a spatial launch. Now I will tell you about the name Formula 1. The name Formula comes from the set of rules that the participated cars must follow. The name 1 comes from the grading FIA issues to the racing tracks. The 1 is also to distinguish Formula 1 from street car racing and also indicates that it is ultimate in Formula racing. Now I will tell you about Grand Prix. A series of Formula 1 races are conducted over a period of time, usually over a year, called Formula 1 World Championship season. Each race in a season is called Grand Prix. In short, we can say GP. Each Grand Prix in a season is hosted by a different country and named after the host country. For example, a Grand Prix held in Monaco is called Monaco Grand Prix. However, a GP can held in same or different cities of the host country every year. The minimum total distance of the Grand Prix races, including all the predefined numbers of laps, must be 300 kilometers or 190 miles, or sometimes even less like Monaco Grand Prix, which is 260 kilometers or 160 miles. 10 teams with 2 cars each are permitted to compete in the Formula 1 World Championship as of 2022. That is, a total of 20 cars can enter in the competition. However, the FIA regulation allow a limit of 26 cars for a championship. So what is Grand Prix World Championship? All the Grand Prix races in a season are taken together to determine 2 annual championship awards. First one is a Drivers' Championship Award, which is for the drivers. The driver who have the most points at the end of the season wins the Drivers' Championship. Points are calculated based on the finishing order at the end of each race. The top 10 drivers are eligible to earn points. The winner of any Formula 1 Grand Prix gets 25 points and the 10th place finisher gets 1 point. There is also one additional point for the driver who achieved the fastest lap during the race. Points carry from race to race. The total is added at the end of the season to determine the driver's championship. Second one is the Constructors' Championship Award, which is for the constructor. The owner of engine and chassis is called constructor. By adding the points of both drivers and constructor, the constructor points are made. Similar to the Drivers' Championship, the points carry from race to race and the total is added at the end of the season, and then it determines the constructor champion. Now let's look at how. Hamilton scored 19 points plus his teammate scored 15 points, and adding 1 point from the fastest lap, the team scored 34 points. Whereas Paris won the race and scored 25 points plus his teammate scored 6 points, which is 31 points. According to this system, the top 10 drivers at the end of each Grand Prix will receive points based on the positions they finished, and these points will contribute to determining both the World's Drivers and the World's Constructors Championship at the end of the season. The winner receives 25 points and the other drivers receive points according to the following table. To receive points, a driver must be classified as a finisher. For this, the driver must have completed 90% of the distance covered by the winner. If a race is stopped or cannot be restarted, the top 10 finishers will get half of the points given in the table.
History of Formula One.
Formula One originated with European Championship of Grand Prix races. The first non-championship race was Turin Grand Prix, held in 1946 in Italy. Alfa Romeo team from Italy won the race. The first World Championship race was held in 1950 at Silverstone in the United Kingdom. Giuseppe Farina, an Italian driver in his Alfa Romeo, was the first driver to win the World's Drivers' Championship that year. Juan Manuel Fangio was an Argentinian racing car driver. He narrowly missed the championship in 1950, but then he won from 1951 to 1957 championship titles. His record of 5 championship titles was surpassed 45 years later, when Michael Schumacher won his 6th World's Drivers' Championship in 2003. Lewis Hamilton was also close to broke Michael Schumacher's record, but unfortunately it didn't happen.
Now I will tell you about Formula One cars.
Every Formula One car is composed of 2 main components, the chassis and the engine. Chassis. The Formula One cars these days are made from carbon fiber and ultra-lightweight components. The weight of the car must not be less than 702 kilograms, including driver and tires, but excluding the fuel. The dimensions of a Formula One car must be maximum of 180 centimeters width and 95 centimeters height. There is no specified number for maximum length. According to the regulation changes in 2014, all Formula One cars must deploy a 1.6-liter turbocharged V6 engine with a semi-automatic sequential carbon titanium gearbox, which is used by Formula One cars presently, with 8 forward gears and 1 reverse gear with a rear wheel drive. Wait, if you want to know about transmission or gearbox, click on the I button. The fuel used by Formula One cars is tightly controlled mixture of ordinary petrol. The tires are supplied by Pirelli using smooth tread slick tires since 2009. The dimension of tires may change with regulation changes, and Formula One uses disc brakes with a rotor and caliper at each tire. The complicated steering wheel, which is equipped to perform many functions like changing the gears, changing the brake pressure, calling the radio, fuel adjustment, and so on. Speed and performance. All Formula One cars can accelerate from 0 to 100 miles per hour, or we can say 160 kilometers per hour, and de-accelerate back to 0 in under 5 seconds. Formula One cars have reached top speed of about 300 kilometers per hour. However, some cars without fully complying with F1 standards have attained a speed of 400 kilometers per hour or more. These numbers are mostly the same for all Formula One cars, but slight variants may exist due to the gears and aerodynamics configuration.
Now I will tell you about safety in Formula One cars.
Cars crashing with 51 Gs at 200 km per hour is not safe. But with safety gears and better car structure, it helps prevent deaths or critical injuries. The different safety gears used by drivers are helmets. Helmets are compulsory in Formula One races. Their build is very strong and light so that it doesn't add extra weight to the driver's head at high speeds. These are fire resistant also. Hence, Hands stands for head and neck support. The purpose of hands is to protect the driver's vertebrae and collision of head to the steering wheel in case of an accident. It is built using carbon fiber material and is attached to the seat belt in the cockpit. It is sculpted with elastic straps. Clothing. The clothing of Formula One drivers is designed to protect them from fire accidents in case of crash. It is a multi-layered suit that matches the specifications of NASA. Nomex is the latest fiber material brand used to build suits for Formula One drivers. The suits undergoes thermal testing. It is fire resistant and lightweight. The suit is also worn by the pit crew. Nomex fiber can survive temperatures of up to 700 to 800 degrees of Celsius for more than 10 seconds.
Now I will tell you about the format of Formula One season.
A Formula One Grand Prix takes place over a weekend, i.e. on 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Different events take place on each of these 3 days. They are on Friday, which begins with 2 free practice sessions, each of 90 minutes, one in the morning and other in the afternoon. The last practice session takes place on Saturday. Saturday begins with 3rd practice session in the morning for 1 hour. The qualifying session follows in the afternoon, and this session is used to determine the starting order for the race day. And on Sunday, the actual race begins.
Now I will tell you about the flags used in Formula One.
Similar to other sports like NASCAR, if you want to know about NASCAR, click on the I button. This sport also uses flags like status flag, instruction flag and checkered flag, which is also a status flag. There are 5 status flags. First one is green flag. Second one is yellow flag. Third one is red flag. Fourth one is red and yellow striped flag. Fifth one is white flag. Now the instruction flag. These flags communicate only with driver at a time and are 5 types. First one is black flag. The second one is black flag with orange circle. Third one is per band black/white flag. Fourth one is black flag with white cross. Fifth one is blue flag. And the last one is checkered flag. The checkered flag is waved at the finishing line, indicating that the race is officially over. And like the race, this video is also over. Thanks for watching, guys.